Okay, so this is my review for Take on Helicopters by Bohemia Interactive, the same people who bring you Arma, and as such it uses the same engine as Arma. Now this is a helicopter flight sim. I'm just going to run you through a few of my problems with it to begin with, and then I will talk about what's good about it. So as usual, I'm going to go through the bad things, followed by the good things. Okay, so the bad things about this game is pretty easy. When you get the hang of it, especially if you've been playing Arma, there's not much to learn. It is harder than Arma, no doubt about it, but I mean, uh, basically I could actually just leave the game running with my helicopter set to idle up, and it would just float up into the air while I went and had a cigarette and came back, and I was like 3 miles in the air. Another small problem I have with it is actually the game is the physics of it is a bit weird. Sometimes the pedals, aka the yaw control of your helicopter, goes a bit spazzy. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And you can see on the screen right now I'm just doing the startup procedures. Tutorials will show you how to do this. It's very simple. As you can see, I've got like controls at the top. Lots of detail. Got my collective and my cyclic. I can open my door when I'm flying, which is pretty neat. You don't see that everywhere. So now I'm just going to show you some gameplay. As you'd expect from a flight sim, it's pretty complicated to get the hang of. It's all about balance, really. It's not like Arma where you can just hold the Q button down. What the hell? Don't know why auto hover was on. I never use auto hover. Anyway, just gonna turn on track IR. Yeah, this game works really well with track IR. It's perfect for track IR, really. What else have I got to say about this game? The controls are good. I mean, I've customised all my controls so they're the same as Arma. I don't know what the defaults are like, I'm afraid, so that's something you have to find out for yourself. Another thing, the detail on the helicopters is great. I mean, let's go in the outside view. It just looks fantastic. And inside as well, all the buttons and stuff, everything is just really detailed on the helicopter. But one problem I do have is the landscape. As you can see, the landscape is very low texture. It gets even worse when you're in cities because it just looks like a satellite picture, basically. And they've stuck a few 3D buildings on there. But that's a minor gripe. I mean, this is my first flight sim, so perhaps they're all like that, but I'm used to games like Arma. And I thought Arma had pretty low textures. But to compensate for that, the maps are huge. Let me just go into this map. This is one of the 2 maps. This is a desert map. There's also a city map, and you can zoom right in, get a satellite picture. But if I give myself a waypoint to the other side of the map, it's 80 kilometers. 80 kilometers. That's gonna literally take me about 10 minutes or more to get there at full speed in this aircraft. yeah. So if you like long, relaxing flights, then this is a game for you. This is basically Arma with some greatly improved flight dynamics and massive maps. Another interesting thing about this is you can get out the helicopter and run about. I've heard there's a mission where you've actually got a gun and you're trying to survive after being shot down. So that's different for a flight sim. I think this game is a bit of a hybrid really between flight sim and game, because it's just not hard really. There are a few things you need to get your head round, but nothing particularly hard. And what else? Oh yes, the helicopters. Although the menu shows about 20 different types of helicopter, there are actually just 3 different types with different paintings, different vinyls. For instance, this helicopter right here, I've got the US Army version of it right now, but there's about 10 different versions of it, all under the medium class. Similarly, there's a small class, which is basically a little bird, or AH6, and there's civilian versions of it, and it's basically just repainted versions of the helicopter. Well, I think that's about everything there is to say about this game. Obviously, because it uses the Bohemia Interactive Arma engine, a lot of the features are the same. For instance, if I go into my map, it's identical nearly. The compass and the watch is identical. And the helicopter interiors are very similar. One small gripe I've got is Arma actually has more helicopters than this game. Different types of helicopter, that is. Obviously they're all military, most of them are anyway. And I'm not sure how that happened, but just think worth noting. Now I'm just going to set down here, just going to show you a landing procedure. My final thoughts on this game. Basically, get this game if you love flying in Arma, but if you want a hardcore simulation experience, this isn't really the game for you. For hardcore simulation, this is just a bit too forgiving. So I'd give this game a 7 out of 10, purely for the fact that the variety of helicopters is much lower than I originally suspected. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.